I just wanted to come on here real quick this morning before I get to work and just say that life is not easy. For all the positivity and all the PMA and all the motivation and all this inspirational bullshit, it doesn't make life easier. None of it makes life easier. It doesn't matter how much you tell yourself things are great. They're not always great. Sometimes you're getting shit on. But on the bright side, life is not discriminating. It's shitty to everybody. It's hard for everybody. Things aren't supposed to be easy. Life is a difficult thing. You have to interact with thousands of people. And that in itself can be a huge challenge because everybody's different. Everybody has their own goals, their own desires. And some people just, they're misled and they're lost and they don't treat people right. And even situational, like, oh shit, my house burned down. I mean, something that bad. It's situational. Life didn't do that to you. Life just happened to do that. It's not doing bad things to you. When you identify as something either being good or being bad, it has nothing to do with the actual circumstance involved. It's how you're interpreting the circumstance. Nothing is inherently good or bad or good or evil in the world, in life, in nature. Nothing's inherently good or bad. It's how you attribute your own prejudices onto whatever it is, onto whatever that subject is, or onto whatever that circumstance is. So that's where the positivity comes in. And I know it sounds like bullshit a lot of times, but it's not about making the situations that are out of your control better, because they're out of your control. Yeah, there are things you can control, but there are a lot of things in this life that are out of your control. Other people's behavior being one of them. You cannot change the way anybody else acts. You can encourage by example. You can remove yourself from that person's life, but you can't change the way somebody is. You'll never be able to. That's not how life works. You can change how you act, and that's the important thing. You change how you act, you change who you're around, you change your outside circumstances, but it doesn't mean you might not get hit by a car when you're crossing the road. You never know. Life is out of our control. It's not good or bad. It just is. Life just is how it is. Now, the thing with positivity and motivation and, PMA and all this bullshit that you hear catchphrases for, it's all about just changing your mindset and looking at things in a different way. Because really, you can always find, it doesn't matter how bad a situation is. And I mean that to the fullest extent. It does not matter how bad a situation is. There is a silver lining in there somewhere. Even if that sole silver lining is entirely in your head. And what I mean by in your head, I don't mean an imaginary thing. I mean that silver lining might be that given a really shitty hand, and you're dealt a shitty hand, you can use that as an opportunity for personal growth. You can grow strong. You can practice forgiveness. These are things that bring you peace. Get dealt a shitty hand, you could also get really bitter and angry and hateful. You're going to be miserable. It's not going to do anything for you. It's going to produce no positive outcomes. We all know that being bitter and angry doesn't do any good for us. To even think that it does is it's ridiculous. You know that as well as I know that. But we do it anyway. We let our emotions get the better of us. Now, of course you're going to feel emotions. Sometimes you're going to be angry. Sometimes you will feel bitter. The point is to try to not dwell on those things. And I don't mean just like make yourself smile and be happy. I don't even look at happiness as a real emotion. Happiness is just kind of a state. A lot of people think that, the opposite of sadness is happiness. It's really not. Joy is a sense you feel. But general happiness is really just being not complacent, but content. Being content with your situation. It doesn't matter what life throws at me. And yes, I get down. Yes, I get anxiety. I have depression, like serious depression. But I try to take care of those things. But it doesn't matter how disappointed I get, how angry I get, how sad I get. Because in the end, I'm content. Life is a good thing. It might look like a shit storm. I mean, hell, I'm wearing the 2016 dumpster fire shirt. But that's okay. Because life isn't that bad. And when you look at life as not discriminating, when you look at life and you realize it's not doing bad things to you, it's not doing good things to you, it just is. It's just doing what it does. The world turns, time passes, things go on as they will, and you will never, ever get rid of negative situations. There are going to be situations that are going to be trying, they're going to test you, and they're going to push you to your limits. That's life. That's how life is, and it'll always be like that. Probably till the day you die, you're going to deal with difficult situations, difficult people. People are going to get sick. People are going to die. There's going to be accidents. There's going to be natural disasters. We're going to deal with crazy political bullshit. That's life. Doesn't mean you got to live in misery. I spend my days now working on being positive and trying to help other people. Trying to do things to help other people. That is a huge, huge thing. You know, the more you reach out to do something to be of service to somebody else, the better it makes you feel inside. There is a feeling of contentment when you do that. Some people look at that as, oh, you're just doing this to make yourself feel better. Like they look at it as you know, goodwill and good actions are a selfish thing. And you know what? In a certain way they are. You know, if being good to people and helping other people didn't feel good, you wouldn't fucking do it. Why would anybody do it if it made you feel like shit? But that's the thing. You know, it does make you feel good. So it's a win-win because you help somebody, they feel better, you feel better. That's win-win. Who cares if that's selfish? Yeah, part of the reason I help people, part of the reason I reach out and talk to you guys all the time is because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. So if that makes me selfish, guilty, and I'm okay with that. Because even if I'm being selfish right now, I know it's helping somebody else out.